So here to add a cool, comfortable twist, design duo Colin and Justin. I love it. We get some decor and a little bit of history, which is great because a lot of us are emulating trends that started so long ago. We don't necessarily know why they started, but we're still serving them up.
Yeah, of course we are. Now, home trends change all the time. One minute we're doing modernist, the next minute we're doing traditional, then it's maximalist, then it's minimalist. But one recurring theme that we just love to see coming back is the shaker style. Now, Shakers were an offshoot of Quakers. They came from Britain.
Shakers and Quakers.
And do you know why they were called Shakers?
No.
Because they had a really elevated, when they were praying, they really shook their bodies, and that's where the term shaker comes from.
Is that real?
No, that is real.
They be praying like this?
You know, really, they were really super animated. They were shimmying way back then. And their whole thing, Tracy, was all about taking things down a level and keeping things really calm. Also, they were one of the first people that went out to say that everybody should have equal rights, male and female. So we really support everything that they stood for.
Absolutely.
In terms of home styling, it was all about keeping it really minimal and a real homespun look, lots of naturals, lots of wickers. So that's the look that we've gathered for you here today.
That is so cool. I like that history. And it is beautiful. It's subtle.
It is.
Do you know, it is subtle, you know, and I think that's the nice thing about this. Look, it's gentle. You know, the colour palette is really rewarding. You know, let's start off with the back wall there, okay? So who lives in a farmhouse? You know, not many people, unless you're a farmer. Who lives in a barn? You know, not like the fortunate few in the south of France, maybe. You know, so maybe you could fake the shake with a wall mural.
Nice.
Now, this is by a company called About Murals, and we actually found this image online. And we just paid for the image. It was like $20 or something. And we sent it to About Murals. And they printed it up and turned it into this beautiful piece of art you see before you. So you could do that. You know, if you have something that's personal to you and you own the rights, or you go to somewhere where you buy the rights for an image, you can have it printed and turn it into your own individual decor.
Very cool.
What we've done with this is, rather than actually cover the whole wall, we've just taken it to a 3/4 height, okay? And then above that, we've got Country Grey from Benjamin Moore. That feels a bit, we wanted it to feel like a cloudy sky. Really gentle, you know, and just so you would stand back and see the beauty, not just in kind of sunny days, but in cloudy days as well.
Exactly. And they love to keep things really, really tidy. So one of the things that they did was to add peg rails everywhere.
I love
so we
that,
couldn't
though.
Isn't that simple?
And this makes the whole thing look a lot more, like it looks more real
of course
with
it
this.
Does, Tracy. So those are actually vegetable stirring racks that we got from H&M. They're like 12 inches long, so we added a whole pile of them. And to show you, this is a classic symbol, classic motif of the shaker style, the ladder back chair.
Very simple.
So they would typically hang their furniture on the wall to free up floor space. And I love that. It means that you've got that there. You can take it down as you need it. And again, visual texture. I love to layer. And when you look at that, you see so much more going on. It's almost like a traditional rail that you might find in a traditional home, but it's given that lovely shaker feel and referencing days gone by.
I would do that at home and put the chairs up and bring a DJ in and have a party.
And then put...
Can we hang the sofa up?
Hang it up
right?
there.
And you have a free space? That'd be amazing.
Exactly. Just note to people there, don't sit in it when it's hanging on the wall.
No, don't do that.
It's not a good idea.
No.
You know, I think the thing about looks, though, is to be inspired and then think how you can actually make it your own in 21st century, you know, because we're not ploughing the fields. We want something that's a bit more comfortable. So we actually picked up this sofa from IKEA.
This is really
and it is just dreamy, I think. You know, I think if you go for this really kind of like loose, kind of beautiful, fitted but not fitted look, it's almost like, it's like the sofa equivalent of a pair of chinos. You know, it's that classic, smart look, but it's casual at the same time. So if you give yourself this, it's taking up so much space that this is going to lighten up whatever room it goes into. And then you can actually add your colours via your soft furnishings, via throws and pillows. And the great thing about this is that the covers come off.
I was going to ask you that.
You can pop them in your washing machine.
So it's all slip-covered-ish,
Keep them all
right?
gorgeous.
It's almost like a little bit more sophisticated shabby chic.
Kind of.
Yeah, exactly. But
It's just
shabby
chic without
it's
the
just
shabby.
the chic. It's
And
very nice.
I think that's the good thing about shabby chic. It's all about liberation. You can go to a second-hand store, find a really beautiful piece of furniture. You can sand it down, change the knobs, change the hardware. And that kind of look, that really references this whole shaker thing. Another thing, Trace, that references that is the wicker or the raffia or anything with this kind of woven look. Because they were all about homespun and they were all about making things from the land. So using what they could access from the fields and creating furniture and all the things they needed for life. So this is a kind of a modern take on the rocking chair. It's a rocker shocker. I absolutely love it. This guy comes from IKEA. It's got a metal frame and then the raffia base, the wicker base down there. We've teamed it with a shot of this colour. Now, coloration, oftentimes you think, OK, maybe this is autumnal, but why shouldn't you use it? If you like those autumnal colours, there's nothing to say that you can only use them at the period of the year when it's fall.
Yeah.
Let yourself go. Find a colour scheme that works for you, and regardless of season, just layer it on in there.
I just like the warmth all the time.
Yeah,
and these colors are warm and they're cozy, and I want that all year round.
But it's invigorating at the same time.
Absolutely.
You know, I think the good thing about this as well, the rug is doing such a lot of great work for us because it's an antique style rug, but it is brand new. But because it's not screaming new, you know, we don't get that shock. Sometimes you walk in somewhere, don't you? You're like, this is a lot to take in, you know. So if you actually go for antique rugs, for Persian rugs, or for kind of faux antique ones like this, and bring them in, it gives it a kind of lived-in and loved look. And I think it looks a little bit worn in here and a little bit faded, and that communicates to you that this is a comfortable space where you can relax.
Totally.
You don't feel like you have to be on best behaviour. You know, and people are scared of a white sofa because they think they're going to have to just not be naughty.
You have to perch.
No red wine.
Right, but not so much.
Not so much.
Especially when you can wash the whole thing.
You don't even see it.
That's right. Crumbs on the floor, it's all good.
And then when it comes to the layering, it's all about the cushions and throws and things. We've added lots of wicker baskets, Tracy, at the back again. They really bring you back to that period in time from the late 1700s. You think in terms of stripped back basic values, and they had so much layering. Now, I love these little lamps. If you look at the lamp, Tracy, over there, these are just IKEA lamps. They're so well made.
Lovely.
There's a little slot at the back there. Now, this is classic problem solving. It takes the cable and it takes it in there and it neatens it, because how often do you see something really lovely and then the whole overall aesthetic is spoiled by a detail at the cable? So classic planning, a little bit of thought going into the product.
You just tuck it right in there.
You do.
That's
you just tuck it in and off you go.
I just feel like we should churn some butter now.
I want to do that.
Like just,
Let's
you know, like maybe make some of our own cheese.
Do you remember the butter paddles in the local shop? When I was a little boy, when the world was still in black and white, then you went into that shop and
He's not that old!
And they paddled your butter into a cube, put it in greaseproof paper. Oh,
I love it.
Ancient.